I just take it. And then, because you were so rude to me, you give me my $100 back. They're like, are you fucking for real? Are you Looney Tunes? And Mel Gibson starts acting like a goddamn Looney Tunes. Just starts doing all that shit. And they're like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content in my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games. I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video.
You ever met anybody you didn't kill?
Well, I haven't killed you yet.
We must get to my review of Lethal Weapon, chat. The classic 1987 action buddy cop feature. Now, guys, typically when I start these reviews, I like to ask you a very important question. How many of you have seen the original Richard Donner directed Lethal Weapon, chat? The first one. Very, very curious about this. Chris Ayers is like, oh, yes, indeed. So Chris Ayers has seen it. Duma has said yes. Like, seen it, baby GG seen it. I watched it a few days ago. Look at that. Wow. Very cool. Very cool. So it's pretty fresh in your mind. I was like, no, the only Mel Gibson movie I've ever seen this version of Hamlet, which is bad. Deadpool, of course. Darkslayer years ago. Edmund only heard the line. You're getting too old for this shit. Fair enough. It's also musical, but unlike Rankin Bass. Oh, I'm talking about something else. Gotcha. I've seen parts, says V, I think, but definitely not the whole thing. So I have. Do I love the Lethal Weapon, man? I could watch it over and over again. Thank you for doing this review, man. No, I'm happy to do it, man. It's one of my. It's a great action film, in my opinion. I've seen it, but so long ago. And BRB, Beverage Rush. No, I understand. Bloodsun Gamers. That's a part for now. Marvel Buff Nerd. Welcome to stream. Yes. So good, man. Lethal Weapon is a classic. Ronnie, I have seen this movie, Chris. Good. Film Freak, I've seen it. Mel Gibson. Mad Mel Gibson. Yes, Chad, this film does star Mad Mel Gibson. Also stars Danny Glover, Chad. Not Donald Glover, goddammit. Danny Glover, Chad. The man who has always looked middle-aged his entire career. He always looks old, Chad. He always looks old and everything. But hey, he was kicking ass in this film just as much as Mad Mel Gibson, chat. No question about it. Give you a brief background, chat. This is directed by Richard Donner, which I think people just think of Richard Donner. They always think of Superman, chat. I mean that was a genre-defining film, chat. There's no doubt about it. But Richard Donner went on to make a lot of great movies, chat. Lethal Weapon being one of them, chat. Also made a childhood classic of mine, The Goonies. Love that film, chat. Well, it's a very, very special movie, which I think I've done a commentary of that. Or no, I've done a review of that on my channel. I'll upload that review someday. But no, like you guys, like I've seen this film many, many times over. I've seen the series, all the films in the series, and as it was brought up before, I wouldn't. The third and the fourth one are weaker, definitely, than the first and second, but they're not bad movies. I wouldn't say they're bad, but they're definitely weaker. Che, get Joe Pesci in the second one. Joe Pesci plays their sidekick. We need another fucking sidekick, and they like Joe Pesci, and he follows them throughout the rest of the films. And they expand the cast and things like that. But Lethal Weapon 1 and 2 are always been kind of looked at. Yeah, those are the best of the franchise. That's when it was at its peak, its zenith, if you will, Chad. I always appreciate it. When it came out, fairly positive reviews when it was released, Chad. Was top in the box office for almost a month, Chad, for 3 weeks in a row. Had a production budget, or just an overall budget, say of $15 million, Chad. Made $120 million worldwide. Pretty goddamn good, Chad. Very successful film. Spawned the franchise. Spawned a TV show, which I never watched, or probably will never watch, Chad. I know that they didn't star any of the original actors or anything. It had, Marlon Wayans and that one guy who they fired who was playing Riggs because he was fucking crazy. I guess that's why they hired him to play Riggs, but he was too much of an asshole, Chad. And then he got replaced by Sean William Scott, who I like, Chad. I like as an actor, as a comedian. You don't see him in a lot of things nowadays. But I guess that show's canceled. It's no longer on there. Lethal Weapon 2 is the best one to me. No, I hear a lot of people say Lethal Weapon 2 is the better movie. I've heard that before. I'm caught in between. I'm like, I always like Lethal Weapon 1. It's definitely darker than the second one, which is fine. It's totally fine. But yeah, no, I think it's fair. I mean, you can go either or. They're both great action films in my opinion. But yeah, I grew up watching this movie, chat. It was up there with a lot of 80s action films I used to watch in the day, whether it was, Die Hard or 48 Hours or maybe some sci-fi action, chat, like Predator. It was always in that action pop culture zeitgeist for me, chat. One of those ones I always return to. Hadn't watched in a long time, though. I haven't really watched this movie in a very long time, like for 10 years. Chat. I don't know the reason why. Oh, yeah, because Mad Mel's a racist. Well, this is interesting, chat, because it's interesting. Because this is really like, there's a lot of Mel Gibson movies that I love that are some of my favorite films of all time. And you really got to come to like a point where you're just asking yourself, okay, you got to separate the art from the artist. And it's just like, despite, Mel Gibson not being a good person, really. I think that's obvious. Being a racist and a anti-Semite and things, chat. It's like that. It sucks. It's shitty. He should apologize. The first thing he should always do is apologize. But I'm not gonna let his huge, significant, monolith-sized character flaws ruin the films that I have enjoyed that star him, chat. So I'm always gonna enjoy Road Warrior. The Mad Max series, of course. Always gonna enjoy Lethal Weapon, chat. Braveheart. Like he's not gonna take that away from me. And so, he won't do it. It's mine and it's ours, chat, and we're going to experience it. But for those that don't like him, I understand. I get it. And you don't want to watch these movies with him. That's totally fair. I'm not going to get mad at you. But for me, I'm still going to enjoy these films because I like these movies and because they're well made. And if Mel Gibson was a better person, I'd probably even like him even more, chat. But I'm not going to let him ruin these films at all, chat, at all. But they're also a lot. Maybe give him a lot easier to make fun of, though, too, based on his notable character flaws. Chat. So you might see some changes. I'll make some changes along the way as we go forward in this fine film, chat. But chat, we are starting out at the very beginning, chat. And what do we see? We see Los Angeles, chat, with Jingle House Rock playing. Because as you know, chat, this is not directed by Shane Black, but it's fucking written by him. And as we know, Shane Black has a fucking Christmas fetish, chat. He is constantly jerking it to Christmas and holiday-themed things. It's his go-to. I don't get it. I think it's kind of become a crutch for him eventually. It's like, it's part of his charm. I'm just like, okay, not this fucking Christmas stuff. But this was the start of it, chat. As people love Shane Black for, it's like he's going to sell a lot of his action films, most of his movies, around or on Christmas, chat. And this is where we're here. We're seeing Los Angeles from a goddamn helicopter, chat. It's nighttime, and we got Jingle House Rock playing. What a way to start the film, getting a sense of the city in 1987, chat. But then we cut to a high-rise, chat. The helicopter's like, wait a minute, what's down there? And what do we see through this window, chat? This big balcony-sized, open-sized window. Bazoongas! We see large female bazoongas, chat. Thank you, Dr. 5 minutes. He jerks it with those roasted chests. He really does. And he goddamn right he did. We see bazoongas, chat. And we see this lady. She's going, it's like she's moaning and groaning on this bed, chat. She's in that some good shit. What has she been snuffing? What has she been putting all orifices, chat? The devil's dandruff, that cocaine, that white Christmas powder, chat. She's doing... Ooh, she's sniffing all that shit up, chat. But, she's gotten a little too much in her chat. And she's starting to see some weird shit. Because all of a sudden, she's outside the balcony, chat. She's looking down below like we were looking down below, chat. And she's hearing that Jingle House Rock. And apparently, chat, when you mix cocaine with Jingle House Rock, chat, that's not a combination you want, because that's going to make you want to fly, chat, because I guess she thought that was directed by Richard Donner. I Am Superman. And she gets up on those fucking bars and tips forward, chat, and she is free falling, chat. She's free falling down. Boom! Hits the goddamn cement. Splatters everywhere, chat. And she is no more. What a way to start out your film, chat. What a way to start out your film. That was like, that wasn't great. That wasn't great. And then chat was like, well, after that wonderful scene, chat, the wonderful holiday Christmas festive scene, we then cut to the Murtaugh household, chat. And chat, I didn't realize at the time that this scene inspired another movie. Guess what fucking movie this is, chat, based on this description. I was like, oh my God, it's so true. Now I know where it came from. Because we see a 50-year-old Danny Glover soaking in a bathtub, chat. And he is wearing his birthday suit, chat. And when I mean birthday suit, chat, the clothes that he was born into, which means no fucking clothes. He is butt naked, enjoying his lukewarm bath water, chat, right before he goes to work, sitting in his ass water, chat. And then, boom, the fucking door opens. He goes, ah, and it fucking barges open, chat. He's like, ah, like covering himself, and covering his own bazungas, chat. His own male bazungas. And his whole entire family walks in there, chat. And they have a birthday cake for him. Apparently, it's his birthday, chat, his 50th birthday. And he's like, oh my God, he's like, well, this is such a surprise. And they're saying, happy birthday, dear Dad, and all that shit. And they get right down the fucking water with him. It's just like, this is weird. It's weird. No one's to see. No one. He doesn't want this shit. And all of his kids are there. His daughter is there. And Chad, there's no like a lot of bubbles in the tub. You can see Danny Glover's dick, Chad, right out front and center. It's just there. And then, you know, like, we're gonna go put the cake downstairs. And then his 16, 17-year-old daughter, she's like, I don't know, upper teens. And she just fucking splashes, puts her hand in the tub. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And splashes him in the face of his own ass water. He's like, stop it, aha, we're having fun. And he walks away. So it is weird. Okay, I mean, I'm just like, I know this is an odd thing to do. I didn't expect that, chat. And what this scene is reminiscent of is a strange thing about the Johnsons, chat. It's from the guy that did the movie Hereditary. Also did the other film with the crazy Swedish chef people, chat, where they're sacrificing them to their Swedish chef god. That I don't remember what it's called, chat, but it's that one. And it's when the one son who is basically sexually molesting the father, Ari Aster, that's the guy's name, yeah. And he's sexually molesting the father, chat, and the father's just enjoying himself in the bathtub, just listening to some music, chat, just listening, you know, some therapy things. And his son needs to have the sex, and he fucking breaks through that goddamn door like the Kool-Aid man. The dad's like, ah! As he sees his son coming for him, chat. He wants the D. That's where this scene came from. I think Ari Aster saw this scene and said, oh, I have an idea. And that's where it came from, chat. It came from this movie. All right? It's crazy. And it's just weird. It's just weird to me that you have like a 17, 16-year-old daughter or something like that, and she's splashing. She's in the room of her father who's naked, and she's splashing his bath water at his face. Is that weird to anybody? That's kind of weird to me, chat. I don't know if I would like that. I don't think the Chris family, the Chris Herman family reunion Midsummer. Oh, come on. We're not Swedish. We are German, Irish, and Polish. That was just always weird to me. Big homie, welcome to stream. Just very odd. I was like, this is kind of weird. I forgot about this. It's been 10 years since I saw this film. So it's okay, you guys agree with me. Again, it's very fucking weird. Okay, I'm glad we're all in agreement, chat. In Alabama is normal. Well, in Alabama, but we are fucking in Los Angeles. I don't think that's normal. And, you know, he's getting fucking ready for work, chat. He's going downstairs. Meanwhile, the wife, awful cook, chat. She sucks. You know, because she's fucking dropping all the food on the floor. Got that nice floor flavor, chat. Got that nice floor flavor. Dropping bacon, dropping eggs and shit. And she's putting in the bowl and cooking it for her family. We are in a time of a pandemic, and that shit will not fly. So apparently there's a running gag that she's just a shitty cook. And, you know, Danny Glover, he's got like 3 kids, or he's got like 3 kids, I think. He got a little daughter, got a little son, and he got like a teenage daughter, chat. What's her name, chat? What's the girl's name? Trish. I don't know the other ones. names. It doesn't matter. We'll find out in the sequels. But you know, they have a nice day and everything. And you could get the sense that like he has established a family, chat. He's successful. He's happy with his life, you know. But you know, this is his 50th birthday. It's the big one. A lot has been changing, Chad. He's still, you know, busy at the office, but he still has managed to maintain balance, Chad. He's figured his shit out over time. You could tell that he's the floor seasoning. Yeah, a little bit of floor seasoning. But you could tell that he's comfortable. He's well adjusted, Chad, and I like that. Might get a little angry sometimes. Might fly off the handle once in a while, Chad. But for the most part, he seems to be in a very good place. And He's always getting a call. He's getting a call because his wife is telling me, oh, your friend, Mr. Hockhauser. He's always trying to contact you and stuff. He's like, Hockhauser, really? Yeah. And apparently his office calls and tells him that he's been trying to contact you for 3 goddamn days. And he's like, why is Mr. Hockhauser trying to call me? And he's just like, and they're like, oh, we don't know, man. He just wants to speak with you. Apparently, Mr. Hockhauser, your Hunsaker, what's his name? I'm going to call him Hockhauser, chat, just for the sake of convenience. Hunsaker, Mr. Hunsaker, I'm going to call him Hockhauser. Go to Hockhauser, chat. He's calling Danny Glover, but he keeps missing him, chat. I don't know how he keeps fucking missing him. But he's got to talk to him. And then Danny Glover has a Vietnam flashback, chat, because apparently Hockhauser saved his life back in the war. They just call it the war in this movie, chat. That was the most recent war in American history, I guess, was Vietnam. They just call it the war. And so he has to talk to him quite a while, chat. I guess it's something important. He doesn't understand what it could possibly be, but he's like, well, I'm going to go ahead and get to the office and see what I got to do. So he drives away, but then he gets a little ring-a-ding-ding. Gets a little ring-a-ding-ding in his car, and apparently they're like, you got to go, you're closest to the scene of a suicide, okay? And you gotta head over there. He's like, all right, I'm on my way. And then, chat, speaking of suicide, we cut to the abode, chat, of Mad Mel Gibson, chat, Riggs. Sergeant Riggs, chat, who does not have that familial environment, chat. He lives on the beach with his dog in a goddamn mobile home, chat. We go inside this mobile home, and it is very much a single man's bachelor pad, chat. Like, if a woman saw this or a partner saw this, they'd be like, fuck this, no. And he's just sitting in his bed, chat, just laying in his bed, butt naked. You see the Mel Gibson taint. You see a little bit of the peen and a little bit of the balls, chat. It's in the scene, okay? If you look close, there it is. I just saw between the legs, swinging. He is swinging, chat. Not even shirt cocking it. All right, if he had a shirt, I'd be shirt cocking. He's just full-on cocking it. And you know what his first thing to do in the morning, chat? Get himself a goddamn cigarette, smoke that shit, go to the beer, go to the fridge, chat. You're not going to get orange juice, milk? Nah. Coffee? No. Fucking beer. Get himself a brewski, chat, and just sit down and ponder killing himself. That's where we are in this movie so far, okay? Stark contrast, chat. I like that. They're establishing where these two characters are and how are they going to coalesce. How are they going to come together, chat? I'll tell you. Naya Brownie, welcome to stream. Hey, Christopher. Hey, Juice again. How you doing? Hard hands, Naya Brownie. Thank you so much for the 3 biddies. Welcome. I'm currently doing a review for Lethal Weapon, just explaining the stark contrast of the lives of Murtaugh and Riggs, Naya Brownie. Oh, it's good. It's good. Debo Jr., welcome to stream. Hope you're doing very well. No, good to see you guys. I know I expect some of you guys are going to be pouring in right now. So, Mel Gibson is not doing great, but he's also a police officer, chat, and he gets ready to go to work as well. But his routine is very different, chat. No loving wife who drops food on the floor, gives him that nice floor flavor, chat, the nice Lysol, Pine Sol flavor, chat. None of that's there. No little kids, no little broods running around. None of that, chat. No fucking children. No 16-year-old daughter going to a bathroom, the bathroom and throwing his own ass water in his face. He doesn't get to experience any of that, chat. When in hindsight, probably the best. Then, chat, we come back to good old Danny Glover. And I call him Donald Glover for those other review, chat. It's not intentional. It just happens. There's too many Glovers out in the world, chat. Way too many Glovers. But we cut back to, Murtaugh. Murtaugh, he goes to the scene of the goddamn crime, or not the crime, he just think of a suicide. And he goes up, he sees the girl, he's just like, she looks familiar. And then he goes over to the coroner, chat, and the coroner is like, oh yeah, so apparently the victim, the jumper, the suicidee, is Hockhauser. Is something, her name's like Jill I don't know what her fucking name is, chat. Is her name I'm going to say her name is Amanda. Her name is Mandy Hockhauser, chat. And he's like, wait a minute, I know who Hockhauser is. What a fucking coincidence, chat. His friend's been trying to call him for all the past 3 days, and he arrives at a scene of a suicide, and it's his friend's daughter. Coincidence? I think not. It's not a coincidence, chat. It's part of the main story. So it's crazy shenanigans. And he goes to the office because he's got to figure this out. He's got to get in contact with his friend about this, Chad. It's breaking his heart. But then, Chad, we cut back to Mel Gibson. And Mel Gibson, he is starting his day. He got his cigarettes, Chad. He got his brewski. He had his thoughts of suicide. And now he's got to get that sweet devil's dandruff, Chad. He's got to get that cocaine. And he goes to, as where we all go to get our cocaine, Chad. He goes to a Christmas tree vendor, Chad. He's selling the Christmas tree, slaying the trees as much as he's slaying that white snow powder. And he goes there. And he tries some of that good shit, get in the gums and everything, Chad. Like, Mel Gibson's done this before because he knew specifically what to do. A little sample there. He's going, whoo, that stuff is good. And we got 3 guys here, and they're like, well, how much do you want? And he's like, I would like all of your devil's dandruff, please. And they're like, all right, buddy, okay. All right, well, that'll be 100. That'll be 100. I was like, $100? That's not bad for the full goddamn bag of cocaine. That's a fucking steal. And Mel's like, fuck, sure, man. You only count out 20, 40, 60, 70, 75. I got some more. Hold on, give me a second. And these guys get offended. They're like, not $100, you asshole. 100,000. 100 G's. Don't you spreck in the streets, spreck. And they're like, he's like, guys, come on, let's take it easy. Relax. They're like, no, you relax. You fucking pay for it right now. You get your ass out of you crazy fuck. And all of a sudden, Mel starts to lose it, Chad, already. It's like, it's up front and center, Chad. You thought, like, what he was like in this trailer was bad. Wait until you see this. Because you say, how about this, guys? How about this? Woo! How about this? How about I give you the 100, and then I take the fucking drugs. I just take it. And then, because you were so rude to me, you give me my $100 back. They're like, are you fucking for real? Are you Looney Tunes? And Mel Gibson starts acting like a goddamn Looney Tunes. Just starts doing all that shit. And they're like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? And he's like, oh, I'm crazy. I'm so crazy. Crazy like a fucking fox. And you're under arrest. And he pulls out his badge. And the guy's sitting there like, this isn't a real badge. This is fake. He says, I'm LAPD, motherfucker. And he pulls out his gunship. Oh no, he's got bamboozled because then a guy behind the Christmas tree shed, he also has a shotgun and he blasts. But Mel, he has that sixth sense, man. He's crazy like a goddamn fox, and he jumps out of the way. And the guy who was talking all this shit, he gets a chest and tum-tum filled with molten hot buckshot shit all up and down him. Gets shot in the face too, takes out his whole face shit. It's a rough scene to watch, a rough scene. He goes down dead. Mel Gibson, he takes out his goddamn pistol, chat, his revolver, and just starts plugging that one guy. Well, not revolver, chat. He's got, what does he have? He always has a Beretta. He's got a Beretta, chat. That's the gun he uses. He takes out his goddamn Beretta, chat. He plugs the Christmas tree salesman, and he takes out the other guy, chat. But then the other one, the one in the plaid shirt, the red plaid shirt, he's escaped. He also has like what's the thing, chat? A mullet. He's got a whole black mullet, and it's very noticeable. And he's trying to look for him throughout all the Christmas trees. But then the police arrive. The popo are here, chat. But all of a sudden, the fucking, the mullet man, the plaid mullet man takes Mel Gibson hostage, chat. And he's like, I'll fucking kill him. I'll fucking kill him. The cops are like, settle down, sir, settle down. And Mel Gibson's just like, fucking kill me. Just do it. Just fucking do it. And the guy's like, wait, what? Just kill me. Just shoot me already. Because the thing is, chat, we realize throughout the movie, Mel Gibson wants to die. And the guy's just getting fucking confused. He's like, I don't, just do it, man. Just fucking do it. And Mel Gibson just punches the guy. Just, no, you idiot. He punches the guy, slams, he gets the gun, slams in the guy's face. It's like this, man, like this. He's like, holy shit, man, just back off. He's scared. And they take him away. And all the cops are looking at Mel Gibson like, dude, are you okay? He's like, no, I'm not okay. He's just losing his goddamn mind. Acting like a Looney Tune character, chat. And so then they're like, all right, this is a little weird. Then we cut to the police station, chat, where we see the chief of police. He's talking to one of the psychiatrists. This psychiatrist is telling the police chief, like, listen, this Riggs guy, okay, he's gone through a lot. All right, he seems to have gone through a significant amount of pain. Thank you, Dark Side for the 5 minutes. I would have shot him. Oh man. No, it's goddamn insane. Thank you again, Dark Side for the 5 biddies. But, you know, the psychiatrist is telling the chief, listen, this guy needs to be signed up. I mean, if you're going to have him on the force, because she said you should take him off the force. He needs psychiatric care. The police chief is like, he's fine. He'll get over it. She's like, his wife died in a car accident. We realize why he's so sad, Chad. He never got over the loss of his wife who died in a car accident. Or did she? We'll find out more. He's just like, I got, you know, listen, I need my boys in blue. We gotta protect the streets of Los Angeles, okay? I can't do it. You can't do it. You sign him apart. And she's like, what do you mean to sign him apart? He's like, sign him apart. So I'm gonna watch over him. She's like, all right, well, I'll cross-reference with who might be the best fit for him so they can watch him. He's like, give him a veteran. Give him our best veteran officer, Chat. Who's that veteran officer, Chat? Danny goddamn Glover. Murtaugh himself, Chat. She's like, all right. And then, Chat, we cut to a scene. It's that evening. It's that evening, chat. And Mel Gibson, he's just sitting in his goddamn trailer, chat, just drinking. He's drinking alone, not a good combination. Just back. Pours himself one, boom. Pours him up, throws his head back, boom. Over and over and over again, chat. Got fucking Looney Tunes. That's where we got his inspiration from, chat, for his general attitude and work ethic. Watching Bugs Bunny fuck with Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam. And he takes out his goddamn gun, chat, his Beretta. Has this one bullet for himself, Chad. It is a hollow point bullet. The purpose of a hollow point bullet, for those you might not know, and this is a great scene by him. This was all improvised, by the way. He did not go from a script. Just kind of general, like, well, he's going to think about suicide. He does a fantastic job, Chad. In terms of acting, there's not like something that's big, crazy, just going back and forth and stuff. This is probably Mel's strongest scene in the movie. It's very, very good. Where he takes all the other bullets out, chat, but he loads up the Beretta, puts a hollow point in there, chat. And the purpose of a hollow point bullet, as I was saying, chat, what it does is it's hollow, so it'll expand. So it'll expand inside your head, chat, so it'll break apart. Now, the force will actually go out of you, but it'll take all the fucking meat and brain and everything else inside you, chat. Hollow points are very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. I think they're illegal in some places. It might be even legal in the United States. And so if he shoots himself in the head, chat, it'll take out like a big portion of a brain, chat. So it'll kill you. It'll kill you dead. And so he's got loaded up, chat. He's just looking at the barrel and everything, has his thumb on the trigger, puts his under his chin. He's trying different ways, like, how would I kill myself? Puts it in his mouth, and he can't bring himself to do it. And he's crying, chat. It's like, this is a buddy cop movie. I don't know where the buddy cop is right now, but I think he can use a buddy, chat. And lo and behold, you will get one, chat, because it's the next day. It is the next day. Danny Glover is in his office, chat. He's talking about this thing with the girl. With, I always forget her name. Amanda Hochsauer, or whatever the hell her name is, chat. Hockabauer. And how he's got to go ahead and get in contact with his friend and tell her that his daughter is dead. It's going to be a rough conversation. But he's being assigned apparently a partner. He wasn't aware of this, chat. He wasn't aware he was being assigned. Like, I'm too old for this shit. I don't need a partner. I went through all these partners. Okay, I work alone, man. And I'm sorry. We gotta assign you a partner for this, for this whole thing. It's to help the guy. He's going through a rough time, and fucking, Danny Glover's like, all right, whatever. And he notices, chat, while he's having a conversation with his friend, he notices two people and Mel Gibson walking in there. Mel Gibson does not look like a cop, chat. He's got Farrah Fawcett hair and everything, and it's going over his shoulders and everything. This is back when Mel Gibson had a big fucking full head of hair and everything. And he's just sitting there in like a shitty looking jacket and shirt and blue jeans, chat. They're all kind of ratty looking. And he looks like a perp they brought off the street or something, chat. And Danny's like, what the hell is this guy? And all of a sudden, chat, he sees Mel Gibson reach behind his goddamn belt, pull out a gun. He's like, gun! And Danny Glover, chat, he might be old, but he's a goddamn hero, chat. And he runs out there and he tries to tackle Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson goes, oh, a black man! And it's like, oh shit, here it is. Here it is, chat. And Mel Gibson, he grabs a hold of Danny Glover. I was like, oh, here's the racism, chat. No racism, thank God. Like, not right now. Might change later on. And he fucking throws Danny Glover. He just fucking flips him. He flips him, chat, on the ground. And he puts his gun in him. They're like, whoa, that man. Danny Glover's like, that man has a gun, And they're like, this is your partner. Danny Glover, this is your partner, Riggs. And he goes, I'm getting too old for this shit. A lone vampire. A lone vampire. Vampire! That's not what he was thinking. That was the word he was thinking. And he's going, oh my God. So, awkward first meeting, chat. Again, the classic, I'm too old for this. Cue saxophone. Chat, do you like jazz? Because Lethal Weapon likes jazz. You hear that fucking sax man playing in every other scene, if not every single scene, chat. There's a variation of jazz music throughout this entire thing. The action scenes always have a saxophone playing, chat. You better like fucking jazz. Lethal Weapon's going to force you to like it. And so then, chat, we cut to them out inside the parking garage. They're partners now. It's awkward conversation. They're going back and forth, chat. You get the sense they don't like each other. Murtaugh just, listen, I don't need your fucking crazy ass acting crazy, okay? I know about you, so you take care of yourself. And, Riggs is just like, I'll do whatever the hell I want, old man. He's like, fuck you, man. And they're going back and forth about this. I mean, it's more subtle than that. Later on in this in what's coming up, you know, they're at each other's throats, but they're playing it kind of subtle. Like they're like, what kind of weapons do you use? And you know, Riggs, he uses his Beretta, and Murtaugh, he uses a 6-shooter. He's like, oh yeah, a lot of old guys in the force use. He's like, fuck you, man. Very rude. Bad shields. It was the 10 minutes back to back, like we on the cover of Lethal Weapon. Indeed. So they get into the car. So there's tension brewing, chat. It's not going great for them. But, you know, they're going to go ahead and confront Danny Glover's friend, Mr. Hockhauser, Chad. Got to tell him about his daughter. It's a little awkward situation going on right now. And so they go over there, Chad. They go confront Mr. Hockhauser. Mr. Hockhauser, Chad, he is just besides himself, Chad. He is just besides himself with grief. It's been a very rough time for him. You know, and he's just like, listen, Danny Glover, okay? I don't want you to arrest these guys, okay, man? I want you to fucking kill him. And he's doing this like in the middle of his office shit where everyone can see him, and it's like on a floor. I don't know what he does. I think he sells automobiles. I'm not sure. But there's more to it. I want you to fucking kill this guy. I want you to come after him. I want you to fucking kill him. He's like, okay, dude, take it easy. Riggs is like, you think I'm fucking crazy? Look at this guy losing his goddamn mind. Kill them, goddamn. And he says, kill them, goddamn. That's true. And he's like, all right. And Riggs is like, so that was your friend? He's like, yeah, he was my friend in the war. He's like, Vietnam. He's like, oh, yeah, you're probably too young for that. And Mel Gibson, he starts throwing details down because Mel Gibson was in the war too, chat. He was a ex-Green Beret, Special Forces, chat. Pulling off some goddamn insane missions, and he was one of the lone survivors, chat. Good at what he goddamn does. But then, chat, as they continue to investigate this, they got a tip. Apparently, chat, what happened with good old Amanda, it wasn't just a suicide, Chad. It was more than that, because they discovered that it wasn't cocaine. It wasn't like, go kill the drug dealers that gave her this shit. No. They did an autopsy, and they found that she had detergent in her system, Chad. She was poisoned. So they're thinking that she's been involved in some illicit activities, Chad. She did a lot of dirty movies. She was a whore, Chad. She was a lady of the night. She was sleeping around. Apparently, she got involved in some criminal enterprise, Chad, and they wanted to shut her up because she was going to her dad about it, Chad, and it was like, this is just not good. This is not good. And so they took her out, Chad. They took her out in the most subtle way that they thought possible, Chad. But now more was revealed than they ever could expect. And so goddamn Murtaugh and Riggs, they're on the fucking case. While this is all going down, chat, we got to introduce you to the villains of this fine picture, chat. Now, there are 2 villains in the movie, chat. There are 2 villains in the movie, and you're probably asking me, chat, who are those goddamn villains? There's one villain, chat. He's the mustache man. I believe his name is Peter. Is it Peter McAllister? It's Peter McAllister, chat. Peter McAllister, played by Mitchell Ryan, chat, but no. The true villain of the film, chat, as we all know, is Gary goddamn Busey, chat. The General and Gary Busey. We'll call him the General and Gary, perfect. I always call the other guy Mustache Man and Gary Busey. Or as I forget who coined the name. I think it was either, it was Riggs or Murtaugh, but the Jackrabbit with the giant teeth. I love that. It's so true, chat. The giant Jackrabbit with the teeth. Because that's what fucking Gary Busey is, chat. He's a cartoon character, and he's kind of playing it subtle in this movie, not as over exaggerated as you'd expect something like in Under Siege or in the Gingerbread Man, chat, where we see him later on. But he plays kind of like the main henchman to the General, if you will, chat. And they're trying to push some drugs into Los Angeles. They got a big fucking operation going. Thank you so much. He's gonna be beating himself. Yeah, pretty much. Chat. Oh, he's out of his goddamn mind. No question. But. Thank you, Gennux, for the 5 biddies. So they're pushing a lot of this devil's dandruff, chat. This heroin on the streets. They're getting all these different people to buy it from them and start selling it across Los Angeles. She has a big drug problem right now in L.A. And they bring in this one guy who just wants to know a little bit more about the operation. He's a little blunt, chat, and he's not as smart, but he wants to, okay, what the fuck is going on here? And it's like, I want to buy this stuff from you, but I don't know who you guys are, where you came from. You're coming into all our territories. What's this about? And the General's just like, hey man, listen, we're here to help you. Yeah, you want a cigarette? And then the guy goes, okay, sure. And he's like, here's a cigarette. You got a lighter? I don't have a lighter for you though. And he's just like, you gave me a cigarette. But he's like, yeah, just get your lighter. I'll get your lighter. He goes, okay. And he gets the lighter. I'll check. And the fucking General grabs his arm. He's like, oh! He's gonna break his arm, Are they gonna snap it off, cut it off? No. And he says, fucking flick the lighter, flick the lighter. He says, okay. And he flicks the lighter, Chad. He flicks the lighter. He's just holding it like this. And then Gary Busey comes on in, the jackrabbit with the teeth, Chad, as he's called. And the general, Joshua, they call him Joshua in the movie. But Gary Busey, come over here. Stick out your arm, Gary Busey. Pull your sleeve back. He pulls his sleeve back, Chad. And he goes, put your arm underneath it. He goes, what the fuck's going on, man? And Gary Busey, showing how fucking serious they are, Chad, how tough they are, puts his arm over the open flame and it starts cooking his goddamn arm. The guy's like, holy shit, man, you guys are crazy. He's like, we are serious about our goddamn business, okay? Can you tell? He's like, I can tell, man, okay. You want to buy some drugs, man? He's like, I want to buy some drugs, man. And Gary Busey just like, you can tell it was hurting me at the end. He says, all right, go to the doc. He'll get you cleaned up. He's like, thank you, sir. And he walks away. And the general's like, okay, let's do some business. It's like, the threat has been established. You're crazy, man. I love it. It's so goddamn good. So that's the level of the threat we're dealing with, chap. But, Riggs and Murtaugh, they have a full goddamn day, shit. They got a lot on their plate. Just, told, good old Murtaugh's friend that they're going to find her daughter's killers. They're going to bring them to justice, Chad. And they got a tip. They got a tip to go to this one specific place, this Pusher. This guy is filming all these dirty movies up in the Hollywood Hills, Chad. And they're going to go right there. But oh no, because apparently they just got word on their police radio that they got they have a suicide attempt. They have a guy that's trying to kill himself. They got to report there because they're in the area. And they're like, all right, shit, okay. And they head over there, Chad. They head over there. And they see this yuppie up there, chat. He had a little too much blow at the Christmas parties. He's just like, Mike, I'm crazy, man. Just get away from me. And we got to get him down. We got to get him down before he hurts himself. And Riggs, he's like, I'll volunteer to get him down. I'll do that. And Murtaugh's is like, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't think that you'd be the best person. He's like, don't worry, I know about suicide. And he's like, and fucking Riggs, before Murtaugh could say another word, chat, he's going up to the building. Deadpool, thank you so much for the 5 biddies. Lethal Weapon was made by Gary Busey's motorcycle accident. Oh, he wasn't wearing. Oh no, I know that it was made by helmet. Suffered brain damage, and after his accident, that he started acting. Oh, so it was during this. So it was made during that. Oh, I didn't know when it happened. So this was pre and post. It happened around the same time. Wow. No, thank you for that. I knew that he had the motorcycle accident. I didn't. Oh, this is before. This is before the motorcycle. Gotcha. It was made before. Okay. Well, there we go. Now, that's why he seems pretty calm in the movie. That makes sense. No, thank you. Chris Rivers, welcome to the stream. No, thank you for that trivia. No, I knew he had his axe. I didn't know when. So this is when he was still normal. Pretty. Then he had that brain damage, sadly, Chet. So Riggs, he goes up to the goddamn building. He sees this guy up there. He goes, hey, how you doing? He's like, hey, get away from me, man. Get away from me. I'm going to fucking jump, man. And he's just like, come on. You don't want to jump. Come on. I'm here to talk to you, man. I'm just here to talk to you. We're having a good time. He's like, no, man, get away from me. He's like, listen, I just want to talk to you a little bit. I just want to talk. You can do whatever the hell you want, all right? For me, you do whatever the hell you want. And he's like, man, let's go come over. We're going to have a nice little conversation. We're just going to talk. And the guy's like, okay, let's talk, I guess, man. All right. And he goes, hey, you want a cigarette? You want a cigarette? And he goes, I like a cigarette. And he's like, hey, because he even says, hey, not that it's going to matter, man. And that's not the thing that's going to kill you, isn't it? And he goes, that's kind of funny, man. And he's like, here, take a cigarette. He's like, thanks, man. He's like, he takes a cigarette and everything. And, Mel, he fucking lights one up. He's like, hey, you need light? And he's like, yeah, man, I need a light, man. Okay. And he fucking lights a shit. And, handcuffs. He goes, hey, man, what the fuck, man? And he goes, all right, see, what are you going to do now? You going to fucking jump? You're going to goddamn jump? He's like, no, I'm not. I don't know. I'll fucking jump. I'll do whatever I want, man. You're going to kill a cop? He's like, I don't know, man. So you know what? I'll jump for you. I'm going to jump for you. He's like, let's just fucking jump together. He's like, what are you talking about, me? Jump together. You're going to kill a cop. I'm going to fucking jump. I'm going to do it for you. And he just fucking grabs the guy, chat, and they both jump off. And Murtaugh's like, what the fuck? Danny Glover's losing his goddamn mind, chat. They both jump off the side of the building. And he's like, what? But then, chat, we see that they put like this giant inflatable bouncy house below them, chat. And I guess the guy was just so distracted, didn't see it. And they land on top of it. And the guy's like, this fucking guy's crazy, man. He fucking made me jump and get him away from me. He's like, well, you're going to jump anyway. What's wrong with you? And Murtaugh is just not having it. He fucking grabs Riggs and says, what? I mean, he just loses it, chat. This felt like Danny Glover was real. He's like, what the fuck are you doing, Mel? What the hell are you doing? He's like, what? I'm helping him jump, okay? We're getting the thing out there. I was distracting him. He's like, no, man, no. Get your ass over here. He grabs him, Jed. He grabs him, drags him. He takes this. There's this construction going on in this one building. And he goes through there. He's like, we need five. And he fucking throws him in there. And he's like, are you trying to kill yourself? You're trying to kill yourself, man. And he's just like, are you fucking suicidal? That's what you're trying to do? And Mel is just like, I'm just kind of stammering things. He's like, you know what? Here, I'll help you. I'll help you, like trying to help that guy. Here's my fucking gun. Here. Put it in your mouth. And he's like, you know what? I do want to kill myself. And he puts it right under his fucking chin, put in his mouth and everything. And eventually he's just like, fuck it, I can't do it. And they're both sweating, Chad. Their eyes are popping out of their goddamn heads. It's an awkward situation to say, yeah, smile and blow me. That's what it says. Smile and blow me. That's the line. And Mel's like, I gotta get out of here. I'm hungry. He walks away, Chad. And Danny Glover looks like he's having a fucking heart attack. Just they take 10. They take 10, Chad. Then we see them later on. Danny Glover, he has to make a call. He's got to make a call, Chad. He's got to make a call, calls the psychiatrist and asking, like, okay, what the hell? Like, he has this phone. It's like the 1987 equivalent of cellular phone, chat. It's this giant fucking brick he's got to carry around, probably giving his balls radiation, chat. Gonna have testicular cancer, like, in 5 years from now. He's carrying this thing around. They're, like, on the goddamn highway. They're, like, right off of, like, a bridge crossing this highway. And he calls the psychiatrist saying, okay, who did you give me? And she explains Riggs' history, chat, with his wife and how he has suicidal tendencies. And the chief assigned him to you because of this. You know, they're not going to take him out the force because he's just too goddamn good at what he does. She's too goddamn good at at his job. And he's like, fuck. And he's just, and while he's saying this conversation, Chef, very loudly, he turns around and Mel Gibson's just there eating a hot dog or a burrito. He's like, what are you guys talking about? He goes, fuck you, man. Get in the goddamn car. And they get in the car, chat. He's like, was it about me? He's like, shut up. And they keep driving and everything. And then on the way home, chat, they start to relax a little bit more. They have more of a bonding between them. It's like the tensions were high, chat, but Danny Glover, he has an idea of why Mel Gibson is acting the way he does. So they're a little more peaceable about it, chat, a little more peaceable. Then it's the next day. And they have to head to this place where they got the tip from the cops to go to this place where Amanda Hockhauser, where Pimp was, her adult film star, was pushing that cocaine on her. So they're going up the Hollywood Hills, chat. That's where they're heading up. He's answered, not coming to family dinner. Oh, just wait. Oh my God. Yeah, they're going to the house up in the Hollywood Hills, and they're going up there, chat, and I love it because this is where everyone gets their fucking drugs, both in the Hollywood Hills and any other person, chat. And as soon as they're like, oh shit, the goddamn driveway gate just opened for them. You see this girl on a bicycle going, just go right in and get your drugs. It's right there. And they're like, thank you, honey, thank you. And so they go in there, chat, and they see in plain fucking view these two just curvaceous, bing bazooga woman, chat. They got the asses sticking out and the bazoogas sticking out, and they're just fucking packaging the cocaine in plain fucking view, chat, like it's in the little like glass section of the house. And they're like, hi, they're just waving at fucking Mel Gibson and Danny Glover, and they step out of the car, they're just waving back, and they take out their badges, and they're like, oh my God, and they're like hopping around, chat, and the bazoogas are bouncing and shit, and they're running away. But they fucking handcuff him. But oh no, they see the main guy. He's on the big phone. The main guy was like pushing all the drugs and the people. And he looks like a character that stepped out of Miami Vice. Chat. Got this fucking white jacket on, all pastel colors. That's just what he's wearing. And Danny Glover's like, I'll take care of this. I don't need you fucking shooting this guy. You take care of the girls. And Danny Glover goes, hey. And the guy's, oh no, he's got a shotgun. She's about to shoot Danny Glover. But Danny Glover's like, boom, shoots him in the goddamn leg and the balls and peen, chat. No more balls and peen for Mr. Pastel. He goes down. He's like, you shot me in the dick, man. He's like, well, I didn't kill you though, did I? He's like, ah. It's not going great. And then Mel Gibson comes on over. And he's saying, okay, go ahead and cuff him. I'm not going to bother reading his Miranda rights. You probably still should do that because he knows what he did. You know it is. And Mel Gibson goes over there. But as soon as he pulls the guy up, chat, he has a gun. He was hiding it beneath where his balls and peen used to be, chat. And he raises it. And he's about to shoot Murtaugh, chat. About to shoot Danny Glover right in his goddamn face. It's like, oh my God. But Mel Gibson, he throws the guy and boom, boom, boom. shoots him like multiple times, chat, and he falls in the pool, but the pool has a cover on it, chat, so the cover of the pool starts to wrap around him, chat, like a blanket, and it covers his face, so now he's suffocating and drowning and also dying because his ball and peen fell off, it was shot off, and he has bullet holes inside of him. It's a bad way to go. It's a bad way to go. He lights him up, very much so, lights him up. And so they're like, ah, shit. And they both dive in the water, chat. You're not saving this man. I don't care what. He was like, you know what, at this point, I'm just going to die. And they tried to, you just push him up. They can't push him up, chat, because the cover's all wrapped in him. And he slowly asphyxiates underwater, chat. He drowns. And they go up there, and they're like, well, that didn't turn out well. He's like, but the thing is, though, Danny Glover respects Mel Gibson because he saved his life. And they cut to, they're still at the house, they're checking it, and, you know, it's like, oh, looks like this whole case is wrapped up pretty, tight and neat. But it's like, nah, there's more to this, It couldn't just be this. There has to be more to it. And Danny Glover believes it's something to do with his old friend Hockhauser. It's like his connections and everything. And they get another tip. Apparently one of the pushers at the house wasn't there. Some girl or person named Dixie. And they're like, we're going to follow that up the next day. That's what we're going to do. But as they're, as the day ends, Danny Glover, he's like, hey, Mel. And Mel's like, what? And he's like, listen, I just wanted to thank you for saving my life, man. And Mel's just like, don't worry about it, But they're starting to bond. I like it. They're starting to bond. I really like this. Well, I haven't killed you yet. Exactly. He almost gets him killed quite often throughout this entire movie as well. And so he's like, hey, why don't you come to the house? And so he takes him to the house, Chad. He takes him to the house, gonna have some dinner with the family, Chad. And, they go ahead and they park the car right outside. They're walking and everything. You have all the kids in the neighborhood run up to Danny Glover. It's a policeman. Uh-oh. And he's like, oh, which one's my kid? And he sees his daughter, Chad. Sees his daughter. The other two, they run off. And he goes inside the house and everything. And who opens the goddamn door? Trish. I believe her name is, Trish is the oldest daughter of Danny Glover. And she locks eyes with Mel Gibson, and she's like, I want to have sex with this white man right now, Papa. And it's like, she is so thirsty for Mel in this movie. It's like, oh my God. Like, she's 17. He's like, I don't know, what, 35, maybe 36, 37 at this point. When this movie was made. And I was like, this is kind of weird. And she's just like, she just wants some of that white chocolate, chat. That's all she wants. And, they go inside, and Mel, he's just kind of thrown off by this because he's not used to this environment. This is what he would have wanted with his wife. This is what he would have wanted with his wife, like 20s, early 30s. Yeah, I guess so. There you go. Late 20s, early 30s, yeah. I'm always thirsty to skate. I'm sure she regrets her thirst. No, probably. But he sees all these kids running around. He meets Danny Glover's wife, who was like, oh, no, come in. And, we're going to sit down for dinner. You have to stay for dinner. He's like, okay. It's a little awkward, Chad. And Danny Glover's, he's got a little apprehensive about it. But he's like, no, all right, sure. And they go to the kitchen. I like just how Mel's like looking around, like I could have had this, and he's both happy and sad on his face. I really like that. And like Danny Glover opens the fucking oven. We seem to have some kind of something cooking in the oven. She fucking slaps Danny Glover's ass. She says, "God damn, it's a pot roast." And he says, "My wife has made a brown roast-like substance. Would you like some?" And he goes, I would happily like some. Yes. And they all sit down for dinner in the pot roast. They're bonding, talking, everything. Danny Glover's children attempt to do the hippity hop, chat, and they suck at it. They're just as bad as he is. It was like, I'm not even joking. I think I'm better at the hippity hop than these kids are, chat. Terrible. And while they're all talking, chat, having a good time, Trish is just staring Mel Gibson down, just like, just the whole time. I'm like, wow. Kids are doing bad rap at Glover's. I guess it's true. He's even worse. But she's just looking at him. And she's asking Mel, or whatever she says, Riggs, Mr. Riggs. Oh, because he says, don't call me, you don't need to call me Riggs, you can call me Martin. And she's like, Martin. And he's like, no, you can call him Mr. Riggs. You can call him Mr. Riggs. Please do so. She's like, Mr. Riggs, Martin, would you like something tart? He's like, I would like something tart. Would you like dessert? He's like, yes. She's like, oh, I'm the dessert baby. It's like, what? Can I call you daddy? And so she goes to the goddamn freezer, chat, brings out these little tarts for everybody. They call me Mr. Eggs, indeed. And they all sitting down, she's eating, and she said, and then the fucking kids are just like, fucking Trish wants to marry and have hot, sweaty sex with Mel Gibson. She's like, shut up, you guys. And Danny Glover's just like, I will not stand for this shit. What's up, King DJ? Welcome to the stream. What's up, Chris? How is your night going? It's been a great night, my friend. Going great night. Just in the middle of my review for Lethal Weapon. Danny Glover's eldest daughter, chatter, Trish, wants that Mel Gibson D, but she will instead, I believe she gets the Chris Rock D. In Lethal Weapon 4, doesn't she have a child with Chris Rock? Is that how it happens? It's a very odd scene. It does not. This scene has not aged well. I'm telling you right now, this scene has not aged well. It's very creepy for various reasons. Shit. But I believe that the Trish character later on. They made the mom is Trish. Oh, is that it? Oh, Renee. Whatever. Trish, Renee. What? There's a lot of kids in the goddamn movie, chat. Renee. She gets with Chris Rock, chat. Chris Rock puts a baby inside of her. And the fourth one, it's a big, like, fucking mystery. So her name is Renee, not Trish. My mistake, chat. There's a lot of fucking names to keep track in here. So Renee wants the Mel Gibson White Chocolate D, as we all know. And at the end, but eventually the dinner calms down, the kids are sent to bed and everything, and Danny Glover and Mel Gibson, they're bonding a little bit more, and they go to his boat. He wants to take it out, wants to sail on a chat. He knows nothing about fucking boats, just knows that they're expensive, and they're talking about this case, and they're just saying, it's wrapped up too clean. There has to be more to this, and they think they have a lead, and they're gonna go and do it in the morning, chat. But they're having a nice little bonding session, everything. They're drinking some brewskis, chat. Then fucking Renee comes out again. Renee Martin. No, thank you, chat. That's why you guys are here to correct me. I'm not going to remember any of the goddamn names, chat. I'm always going to forget. I'm always gonna forget. She does update in a cup. It's true. And Renee, she comes on out, and she's like, "Hey, Daddy, I want to go to the mall with this cute boy." Apparently, Chad, she likes white boys because this white boy she's going out with, Chad, blonde hair, got dimples and everything. And he's like, "Wait, but you want to go out with that white boy who has the goddamn craters in his face?" She's like, "They're not craters, Daddy. They're dimples." He's like, "All right," but he's like, "No, you're grounded. You're grounded." She's like, "Why am I grounded?" Because you were smoking the Mary Jane. You were smoking the marijuana in my home. Can you believe this? Riggs? And Riggs is like, "I don't see what the big deal is." He's like, "Don't fucking start." She's like, "Thank you, Martin." She's like, get your tuchus to bed. Get your tuchus to bed. She goes inside. And he's like, "Why you gotta do that to my daughter?" He's like, "What? I'm just sharing my opinion." He's like, yeah. And they're saying their goodbyes to each other and everything. But they end on very good terms. And I love the last line is right before they're about to leave. He's like, "I'll see you in the morning." He's like, "Hey, man, just wanted to ask you, did you really like my wife's cooking?" And Mel Gibson, like, pauses and goes, "No." It was awful. I can see why you're so goddamn thin. And he has, like, a little brewski can, and he throws it in the garbage, and fucking Danny Glover helps him out. Make sure that it goes in there, chat. They're in sync. They are in sync. And then they go home. They meet up the next day, chat. This is where they're kind of showing off to each other, chat. They're in the gun range before they head over to good old Dixie to find out what the hell is actually going on. And so got some crazy shenanigans afoot, chat. So they're at the gun range, and they're both practicing with their fucking sidearms, Chad. They're figuring out, it can't be this cut and dry, but we're going to go check out this Dixie residence, this person who was not there, who was at the house, who should have been at the house when they busted Chad, the two big bazunga ladies with the cocaine, and the guy who they shot his ball and peeing off, Chad, that guy. And so they're practicing shit. And, Danny Glover, he's like, look how well I did. But Mel Gibson's like, "Look at this." And he's like, shit, I'll show you what I can do. I'll show you what. Put it farther back. He goes, boom, and he shoots a chap, boom, right dead center in the face. Get it back. He's like, "Can you beat that?" And Mel Gibson's like, "I'll take that." And he puts it back, and he goes all the way back, Chad, all as far as it can down the shooting range, Chad. And he goes, boom, 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 boom. Shoots it like multiple times. It comes back, Chad. And he made a fucking smiley face out of it. And Danny Glover's like, "Holy shit, I'm getting too old for this. This is incredible, chat." Carmi Hazel, welcome to the stream. Juicy Gang. Carmi Hazel, welcome. Hope you're doing very well today. But they can't believe it. He can't believe what he just saw, chat. That's a goddamn hell of a shooter. That's where he learns that Riggs, he was in Vietnam, chat. He was special forces. He shot things you couldn't possibly believe at such a far distance. He's goddamn good at shooting, chat. He likes it a lot. So they head to this neighborhood, chat, and they park the car, and they see all these little kids outside, and they're like, oh, the police is coming. They're coming after Dixie. They're coming after Dixie. And they're like, shut up, shut up. And they're like, you're coming to arrest Dixie. And they're like, no, we're not here to kill Dixie. You're going to bust Dixie. That's what they say. You're going to bust Dixie. We're just going to go talk to Dixie. And they're like, and they see the house, and they're like, all right, man, let's get over there soon. And they're walking on over. Yeah, let's go see how Dixie's doing. Ba-boom! The whole house explodes, shit. Ba-boom! Fucking Mel Gibson gets set on fire. His Farrah Fawcett spray a hair, chat. It's like, oh! Danny Glover's got to put him out. He's like, you're on fire, man. You're on fire. Just trying to put him out. He goes, shit, fuck, Jesus. The whole house is burning. And the kids run up behind him, chat, and they go, I sure hope Dixie wasn't in there. And then we cut, chat, to the burn cadaver that is Dixie going, that is Dixie dead, chat. Dixie is dead. Not looking great. No siree. Show, think of the 10 biddies. I'm Mr. Sun. Ooh, thank you, show. My heart's a pitter pattern. Welcome to stream. Hope you're doing very well. At this point, they're like, shit, they lost their big lead chat that could connect everything. Connected to bigger people, you know, because no one else was talking. Maybe this person would talk, and now they're dead. But they hear that one of the kids apparently saw someone snooping near the house earlier that day, chat. Someone who was posing as a gas man. They go over to these kids, and apparently it was, what's the kid's name? Alfred? I think his name is Alfred or something, chat. And they're like, hey, so which one of you kids is Alfred? And they're like, not talking. All these kids are like, don't tell me your name, Alfred. And they look at this one, they go, uh-oh. And they're like, oh, Alfred, how you doing? Hi, my name is Officer Murtaugh. I just want to talk to you about what you saw. And their kids are like, no snitching, Alfred, no snitching. And they're like, oh, it's not snitching. You're just telling the truth. You're just trying to help out the good guys. And one of the little kids raised their hand. They're all black kids, by the way. And one of the kids raised their hand. It's like, my mommy tells me that the police always shoot black people. Is that true? And Mel Gibson in the background goes, ha, 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 ha. It's like, you could interpret that how you wish. You can interpret that how you wish, chat. But and Murtaugh, you know, fucking Dan Glover's like, yes, that, you know what? Ice cream. Who wants ice cream? It's like, yay, ice cream, yay. It's like, go get ice cream. Not you, Alfred. You stay here, Alfred.
Mr. White Christmas.
Batch is surprised Pikachu faces. They do, Batch Shields. Oh, thank you for the 5 biddies. Wow. Yep. And so they sit Alfred down here, and they're like, okay, can you tell us what this man looked like? Alfred's like, okay. And he's like, oh, what did he look like? Did he look like me, or did he look like my friend, Mr. Riggs over here? He looked like the white man. He's like, he was white. He wasn't black. Okay, he was white. Was he tall? He goes, he was very tall. And he goes, okay, what else can you tell me about him? Did he have brown hair? No. Did he have black hair? Did he have, like, blonde hair? He was golden hair. Golden. You're like, okay, he was a blonde hair, white, blonde, Aryan man. Figures. And did you know anything else about him? Anything else? He's like, he had that. And he points at Riggs' arm, chat. And what Riggs has in his arm is a tattoo that he had in Vietnam. So they're like, wait a minute. And the thing is that it's a specific thing. He says, yeah, it's the snake with the heart and the dagger, the sword that looked just like that. And they're like, holy shit. Because they realize what this is. Like the person who blew up this. Because they also find, chat, like military-grade hardware in the wreckage. It was a bomb that blew it up. It was definitely a bomb. And they realized that who planted the bomb was probably an ex-special forces chef of the United States government, or ex-special forces chef, or has that kind of training. But the tattoo gives it away. Tattoo gives it away. Like, holy shit, we might be dealing with some government-level operatives. This case has got complicated. And the thing is, Murtaugh's like, okay, this is bullshit. Like, my friend's been trying to contact me, Mr. Hawkinsaw. You know, he's been trying to contact me. Daughter ends up dead. This has to be all connected. Oh, it has to be. And so, like, let's go. Alfred, eat your ice cream. You did go. He's like, ice cream. He eats ice cream, chat. Alfred, he's a good boy. He's a good boy, chat. Like Popeye tattoo, like Popeye. That's right. That's what he says. Oh, my God. No, he became a mercenary. Yeah, Gary Busey. Who it was Gary Busey. He had that same tattoo. He was Special Forces like Mel Gibson, but we don't know that yet. But then, chat, we go to the residence of Mr. Hocksauer, chat, and they're having a funeral for their daughter. You got one more daughter left, chat. I'm down one, but I still got one other one. And Danny Glover's like, okay, we're not bullshitting around here, man. All right, you fucking owe me. All right, you owe me. I'm going after your daughter's killers and shit. What were you into? What? Because you got your daughter killed and you know that. And he's like, I did. And he admits all of it, chat. Apparently, he's working for some ex-military guys, chat. And this is when it brings in all the Reagan era shit. How, during the Reagan administration, chat, they were fucking destabilizing different regions in the Middle East and South America, chat. Also fucking cutting backroom deals like the CIA and goddamn Pablo Escobar, chat, and the Mujahideen, who later became the Al-Qaeda, chat. All this is funded with drug money and shit, chat. Really nasty business. Really dark part of history in America, chat. Really some nasty shit was going on. And all this is a lot of these operations were funding of drug money and human fucking suffering. It's pretty goddamn shitty. And he's admitting to all this shit, chat. Then the general's involved and this guy named Joshua. He's like, who's Joshua? But before he can say that, chat, who appears outside the window in a helicopter? Joshua, who's Gary Busey. And he goes, Gah! It's so funny because right before he shoots him, Hocksauer, chat, he's drinking some eggnog out of the carton, which is gross, by the way. Reagan smash, Reagan sleepy. He gets sleepy, chat. Confused Ronnie Reagan. He's drinking some eggnog, chat, and he's out of the carton, which is rude. Like, pour that shit. I can't drink eggnog by itself. I gotta mix it with something. I gotta mix it with some alcohol of some kind. Vodka, whiskey, something, chat. Something, rum, something. And he's pouring that, and he's drinking all of it, chat. And he gets, Gary Busey just fucking lights him up, chat. All the bullets coming out of his tummy. And all the bullets that come out of him also pierce the carton, and they go, oh! So he's covered in his own bodily fluid, chat. His piss and shit and his blood, and also eggnog. And, Danny Glover tries to cover him. Not gonna help. And he's like, holy shit. But Mel Gibson, we know he's a goddamn crack shot, chat, and he starts shooting at the helicopter. This helicopter, the stunts of the helicopter, very impressive, chat, what they do with this helicopter in this movie. Very cool. I love it. Just felt very grounded, but just like, wow, you're doing some slick moves at that. And it takes off, chat. And Gary Busey tries to shoot Riggs and Murtaugh, but he doesn't get him. And then he calls the general on the phone. Thank you for the 5 minutes. So Josh is really Gary Busey. His personality explains a lot. Fair enough. But he calls the general, and he's asking, was it done? He goes, I'm done. I killed Hakasa. But what about the police officers? He's like, I didn't get them, sir. I didn't expect them to be there. And they're going, shit. Well, that's disappointing. But we got to go after him, man. We got to go after him. Take these motherfuckers down. And they're like, yes, sir. And then we cut to the next day. And so we know, Murtaugh and Riggs, they know that they're into some nefarious shit. They're doing some military people created their own possibly drug ring or something. They're pouring into all these illicit drugs, cocaine, the devil's Drangif, pushing that H-shit, the heroin into Los Angeles. And they got to figure this shit out. But they somehow got to find a way in. And so they realize that Amanda Hocksauer, chat, she used to be a lady of the night, a whore. If I'm using a rude term, just gonna be a blunt term, if you will. And so they're gonna set up a little sting operation. They're gonna try to bamboozle the bad guys. And so Mel Gibson, he speaks to one of these ladies of the night. He's like, hey, do you know this girl? Do you know? She's like, I know her, yeah. But oh no, chat, it's Gary Busey again. He's in a car. And he takes out a fucking shotgun. Boom! He shoots Mel Gibson, chat, right in the tum-tum and the chest. Goes through a fucking window, chat. Oh, it does not look good. And, Danny Glover, he's in a little lookout. He's like, oh no, Riggs! And he runs out there. Well, Gary Busey and his compatriots run off. And then he goes over there. Riggs, he looks like he's dead. He's not dead, chat. Takes off his shirt, and he's just been peppered with a buckshot. It's fine. He was wearing Kevlar vest. You're wearing a Kevlar vest. He goes, he wakes up. She's like, bah! He's like Looney Tunes Mad Mel. She's like, oh, where's the guy? Doing all that shit. But he's like, it's okay, man. It's okay. We can use this to our advantage. They probably think you're dead at this point. That's what's gonna happen. I was like, okay, shit. This is a very serious situation right now. And they're like, well, I don't know what you do. It's like, well, first of all, we got to tell the chief how serious this is. Let's go down to the police station. My guy have to, involve the FBI, all that stuff. And then they go to the car, and all of a sudden, They get a little radio. They get a little ring a ding ding, and they're saying, "Hey, we have a report of a murder. A Mr. So and so, notable appearance being." And then the name, he recognizes the name, chat. It's the person it's the boy that his daughter is dating, Renee. And he's like, "Wait a minute, blonde hair, dimples that look like crevasses." And they're going, "Yeah, how do you know that?" He's like, "Oh my God, they're going after my family, chat. They're going after Danny Glover's family." And him and Riggs, they rush fucking home, chat. They rush him. They might have grabbed his daughter. They get home. They're going out there, chat. They go to the front door. They open the goddamn door, and they bust through the goddamn door. Just like, oh, guns drawn, everything. And he looks on the floor, and there's an envelope, chat. And he grabbed the envelope. And this is pretty fucking disturbing, chat. It's pretty fucking disturbing. It's not read out loud, but we see it. We see it, and Murtaugh says, "Oh my God, they have my daughter. They have Renee," who I mistakenly said was Trish. It's not Trish, chat. It's not his wife. It's her daughter, Renee. But on the thing, it's pretty disturbing. It says, "Your daughter looks so pretty naked." It's like, ew. That's good. That's bad, chat. That's underage nudity right there. Those are a bunch of pedos, those ex-mercenary guys. So it's pretty gross. Then all the commotion downstairs. The wife and the kids come out, and they're like, "What's going on?" And Danny Glover's like, it's nothing." And she's like, "Don't fucking lie to me. What happened?" And he's going, "They got her daughter." She's like, "No," and they're all crying. He takes the kids to bed and everything. And then we hear another ring-a-ding-ding on the phone, chat, and he answers the phone, and it's fucking Gary Busey. And he's talking all this shit. It's like, "Your daughter's very pretty, Detective Murtaugh. Be ashamed if anything happened to her." He's like, "Don't hurt my daughter. Don't hurt my daughter." It's like, "We won't hurt her unless you cooperate." And he hangs up the phone. It's like, this is not good. It's not good. And Riggs at this point, now we cut, chat, and I love it. This scene's great. It's very well lit because you got the Christmas lights and everything on Murtaugh and Riggs' face, like green on Murtaugh, but red on Riggs. And they're talking about this. And Riggs is just like, "Let's just go in there, guns a-blazing, man. They're going to kill your daughter no matter what." And he's like, "Fuck you, man." He's like, this is the only way we have to do this, okay? We can get in there. We'll kill many of us as we can. We'll grab your daughter, all right? I'm a fucking crack shot. I got my goddamn giant monolith sniper rifle. Let's go. Let's set up the meet. No fucking cops. Let's do this ourselves. And, Murtaugh's like, "Oh, you have no choice," because they involve the police, chat, and they kill his daughter. And so he contacts Gary Busey and the general, chat, and they're going to meet out in the California desert, chat. Looks like Tatooine. You can even hear fucking Tusken Raiders in the background. It's crazy. And they go out there, and I love how this, because we see like Murtaugh, he's driving the Griswold mobile, chat, has the wooden paddling and everything, and he just opens the door, and Mel Gibson just fucking bolts out of it, chat, just like a wild animal, chat, just running with this, like doing a Tom Cruise run, but with a giant fucking sniper rifle, chat, just running out into the desert, into his natural habitat, chat. And he sets himself up for the meet. Well, Danny Glover, he goes to the actual location, chat. And then he sees them a-coming, chat, right out of the fucking desert like a goddamn tornado, like a sandstorm. Doing creepy Anakin. Don't miss indeed. We gotta do it my way. We kill as much as we can, get her back. Exactly, man. Goes to a bush. Yeah, goes to a bush. He's hiding out there, chat. Because he's from Australia, chat. He grew up in Australia. He lived in the bush. This is like it looks like the setting of a Mad Max movie, chat. So he's like, "I remember this. I can do this. I got you, Murtaugh." And he sets himself up. And then from a sandstorm emerging from the waste of the desert, chat, we see it's really cool. They're all in a single file, chat. There's a giant there's a limousine. There is a weird windowless pedophile van, and behind that we have a helicopter that's flying directly behind them, chat. Perfectly in sync, chat. Perfectly in sync. And they all stop out in front. All these guys pour out these goddamn Uzis and machine guns and AK-47s. And Danny Glover's just standing there letting his goddamn jack of his little sidearm, chat, his little six-shooter, in his fucking Griswold mobile. And they're all stepping out and everything. And then we see fucking Gary Busey and the general at this point, chat. And Gary Busey is just like, "All right, you're fucking coming with us, Danny Glover. We're going to do the exchange," because they want him. And they'll let his daughter. He's like, no. Gotta let my daughter go first. He's like, "We're not going to do that." Okay? He's like, "I'm not leaving unless you do this." He's like, "We're going to have an issue." And all of a sudden, chat, Danny Glover's like, "We are leaving or I'm going out." And he has a grenade. Chat has a grenade right in his hand. And Gary Busey's like, whoa. He's like, "You're not going to use that. You're not going to blow up your daughter." He's like, "I'll kill her. He's like, screaming, "I'll kill her on my own terms." The daughter's like, "What the fuck is happening?" Because she's there, chat. She's all scared and everything. Gary Busey walks up. He's like, you're not going to do that. Put the pin back in the goddamn grenade. Put the pin back. He's not putting the pin back in the grenade. And Gary Busey's like, all right, shit, I got to take care of this. And he fucking shoots Danny Glover, Chad, in the arm. And puts him in the shoulder. And he drops a grenade, Chad, and goes, oh, no. They all duck for cover, Chad, and boom. But it was a dud. It was a smoke grenade. And then all of a sudden, they're like, oh, what the hell's going on? Because then Mel Gibson, he just starts fucking shooting. He takes out Renee's guard. She's just going, oh, my God. Just hopping up and down. And Danny Glover's like, Renee, get in the limo and just drive away. She's like, okay. And she gets in the limo and she just drives off. Well, Danny Glover, he starts shooting all these guys with his little six-shooter. He got two guns, Chad, little six-shooters. Just shoot them all. Mel Gibson, he's taking out as many guys as possibly can, Chad. But all of a sudden, Mel Gibson, he's popping these guys. He hears the click of a trigger and the cold, wrought steel of a gun barrel right behind his ear. And who is it, chat? The general. It's the general. I was like, that's enough, Riggs. They thought Riggs was dead. He's not dead, chat. He's like, I got you. And they started to go start fucking walking. Go back to your friend. Meanwhile, we cut to Renee, Chat. She's driving this limo, but they get in the fucking helicopter and they just start ramming the helicopter on top of the limo over and over and over again. And it's putting so much pressure on the limousine, Chat, that the tires just give out. It's bad terrain. There's rocks and shit in the desert. Gives out. She crashes. She's like, leave me alone. And she falls over, Chat, and they capture her once again. And they bring everyone back together. And Gary Busey and the general, they're just laughing at each other, chat, because they are going to wrought so much pain and destruction upon their lives. And they take them back to their secret lair, chat. And they're each getting their own form of torture right now. Mel Gibson, he's getting just cold water just poured over his body, where Gary Busey just punch him in the face a little bit, just kind of soften him up. And, at this point, Mel Gibson's like, I can't even fucking feel nothing in this goddamn face. And Gary Busey's like, oh, don't worry. We have a special weapon. And who walks out of the goddamn darkness, chat, like a specter of death? Al Leon, chat, who has played many henchmen in multiple 80s and 90s movies, chat. He's in Big Trouble in Little China. He plays the Asian henchman, chat, in Die Hard. That's a part of Hans Gruber's group, chat. He's been in so many, and this is one of the few movies, chat, where he actually speaks. I was like, I forgot he had lines in this movie. It was kind of cool to hear him speak in the movie, chat. And he has this whole goddamn electricity torture, chat, where he has like a car battery with these two clamps, chat, attached to a fucking sponge. And so if he pushes them against Mel Gibson's chat, he'll electrocute him, chat. And so he just does his Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson's like, just electrocute him over and over and over again. About it's like, what did fucking Hawksauer tell you? And Mel Gibson's like, fuck you guys. He's like vomiting and spitting and water all over them. They're like, ah. And Al Leon doesn't like that. He like, continues to shock him. He's like, this is Barry. He's like, oh, we're going to go check on your friend Murtaugh, see if he's more talkative than you. And Al Leon, yeah, GTA flash, but just electrocuting Mel Gibson's nuts, chat, everywhere, his whole body. But we go ahead and check in on Murtaugh, chat. And in general, he's very, he's very old school, chat. He's just beating the shit out of him. He's punching him in the face. He's like, I'll spit on you. And I don't know why this is such a big insult, but Danny Glover says, I'm gonna spit on you. And just spit all this drool and blood coming out of it. And then they get the fucking salt. I was like, oh, what are they gonna do that? And they get this salt, chat, and they just start pouring it into his bullet hole wound in his shoulder, and they stick their thumbs in there and go, good. He's like, ah! As all this salt is just, ooh, it must really sting. Go spit. That's what they keep saying. But it's like, ooh, that must really, really hurt. And then they bring the daughter, and she's like, Daddy. And she's crying and shit. And they're like, you got to tell us what the fuck is going on, okay? Who did you tell? What did Hawksauer tell you? I ain't telling you, motherfucker. Not say nothing. Meanwhile, we cut back to Mel Gibson, chat, Riggs. And Al Leon is still just shocking him. He's just having a great time, chat. He's like, oh, you're going to tell us what we want to know, Riggs. He's like, nope. And Mel Gibson goes, thick thigh attack. And Mel Gibson wraps his thick, muscular ham hocks around Al Leon's head, chat, and just crushes it like a goddamn cantaloupe, chat. Boom, and he's dead. Really chokes him to death, chat, but you can hear the neck just fucking go. And now, chat, Mel Gibson, this is Mad Mel. This is him losing his goddamn mind, and he is on a killing spree, chat. And he's just doing his fucking Tom Cruise run around this place, just shooting people. He barges in, like, just kicks down the goddamn door, chat. And literally, he just starts snapping people's necks, chat. Just takes one guy's head and goes, and just snaps it all the way around. It's like, holy shit. Even Danny Glover's like, oh my God. And he just starts shooting all these fucking people, chat. And he takes them all out, chat. Karate chops, Tai Chi, Judo, everything. He does Krav Maga, everything. It's Mel at his peak. It's Mel at his peak, chat. It's pretty goddamn cool seeing him just losing his goddamn. It's what you want to see in a Mel Gibson action film. Takes them all out. And he goes to Murtaugh, makes sure the daughter's okay. He gets him up. He says, we got to get the motherfucker, man. We got to kill them. Like, Murtaugh's pissed because he's very angry about the situation. And they run out of the goddamn building. It's actually a front. So they're in, like, the bowels of this building. It turns out it's a nightclub. It's like a nightclub, strip club. They go out there, and they just start shooting all the goddamn guards. Until they have a weapon, boom, dead, boom, dead, boom, dead. Go all over the place. And because they see Gary Busey, he's the one, because General, he took off beforehand, and they're chasing after Gary Busey, chat. He has a fucking M4, and he's just spraying and praying, chat. He's just mowing down all these people in the nightclub, innocent people, maybe people who are guilty of something, who knows, chat. He doesn't care. He is shooting indiscriminately. He runs out of the fucking club, chat. See a big bazunga Mrs. Claus, chat. The MIPs are prominently featured in the display. And he runs out of there, chat. Just starts shooting into the public, chat, trying to get a car. Grabs this one woman, stops this one car, chat. Fucking smashes his hand through the window, chat. Drags her out by her hair and gets inside the car, chat. And he takes off. And, Murtaugh's like, fucking go after him. Go after him, Riggs. Riggs is like, yeah. And, again, Riggs just, I don't know what, he's in a murder spree, chat. He's got a murder rage going on. He's just going with this goddamn huge MP5 gun, chat, just going after him. And Gary Busey's just like, shit, I got to get out of here. Gary Busey is not being subtle, not trying to blend in the traffic at all, chat. He's just panicking as probably as much as, or just as filled with the murder rage as Mel Gibson is, chat. He's just driving down the goddamn block. Eventually he goes on the highway, but Mel Gibson manages to cut him off, chat. Shoots the shot at his car. Boom! Bursts into flames, but is not dead. Crashes the car in a fucking pole, chat. He manages to get out. It's fucked up, but he then gets to another car, chat. Punches one guy in the face, rips, same thing, same tactic, check, grabs him by the hair, just rips him out of the fucking window, gets in the car, takes off. Mel Gibson, he runs after him, hit by a goddamn car, check, just, and and the guy's like, oh shit, are you okay? He's like, don't fucking shoot, don't fucking move cars, man. It's like, I'm sorry, Mel Gibson. He just couldn't, honestly, chat, if this scene would have happened in real life, we'd all believe it. Crazy Mel Gibson chasing after goddamn Gary Busey right now. This happened tomorrow, we'd all believe it. We don't believe it, Chad. We're like, yeah, it was leading to that, obviously. Inevitably, it was leading to that. And he's like, shit, but he lost him, Chad. He lost him. And so he's going to go back to Murtaugh and tell him that he lost him. Meanwhile, we go back to Murtaugh. He's going after the General, Chad. General, he's like, I need to have all my drugs and grenades in one bag. Give me all the grenades and all the drugs. They put all the cocaine, the H, chat, that heroin, all the grenades he has. They put them in the fucking car. And then they're like, okay, open the fucking garage door. But then who's right in front of the garage door, chat? Danny goddamn Glover. He's like, you ain't going anywhere, motherfucker. And boom! He shoots the driver, chat. The driver's like, ah! And the General's trying to take control of the car, chat, but the driver's body's just too heavy. It's like, I can't move him. And they go out in the traffic, chat. And they see a huge goddamn bus barreling towards them, hits the fucking car, flips the car over, chat. And the General's like, he's like pinned over all the granadas and all the drugs, chat. It's like, yes, you were buried by from all the suffering that you have caused other people, whether it be the weaponry, the weapons of war, or the drugs you oppress people with. And he's like, oh, he's trying to get the grenades off him, chat, because they're gonna go off because the car's on fire. And ba-boom! And it explodes, and he is dead, chat. Chestnuts roasting over an open fire, baby. That's what's going on. But then Riggs, he comes back and tells Danny Glover that he lost Gary Busey. And he goes, he's gonna go after my family, man. He's gonna go after my family. And so they get into a car, because if I was Gary Busey, I'd be like, okay, fuck this. I'm out of here. Okay, this whole operation fell apart, but no, fucking Revenga. He needs that Revenga, chat, against the Murtaughs. And so he goes to the neighborhood, chat. 2 police officers have been assigned to the Murtaugh residence. He's like, hey, guys, can you help me out here? He's like, what's the problem, sir? He's like, fuck it. And he just shoots them both, Chad. Kills the 2 guys. And Gary Busey goes, bye! Busts in the goddamn house, Chad, looking at everybody, but no one seems to be home. But then, oh, no, Chad, he hears the click of a goddamn barrel of a gun, of a trigger right behind his ear. And it's goddamn Riggs. And they're like, come here, you motherfucker. And they drag him out of the house. At this point, no Miranda rights, chat. No Miranda rights. None of that's going to happen. It's old school rules right here. Warrior v. Warrior. Murtaugh's like, I'm in a lot of pain. Kick his ass, Riggs. And chat, I want to say this is a badass fight, but this is my big criticism of the movie. It's really poorly edited. It's not really well shot. The motion is there. The motion is there. Some of the ending scenes are great, chat. But it's a lot of quick cuts, a lot of up close stuff of this battle between Gary Busey and Mel Gibson. I know Mel Gibson can fight. Gary Busey, I just don't think he can. God damn. That's what he says. That's what he says. So when Gary Busey busts through the house and he hears like the TV playing, it's like Christmas Carol. He shoots the TV. He's like, God damn Christmas. Even he's sick of Shane Black shit. Even he's tired of it. And he doesn't want to hear anymore. But they drag him outside. No Miranda rights, nothing. And we get a big old brawl between the 2 of them, using all their Green Beret training that they have at their disposal. And sadly, it's just not very well shot. The police later come on. They later just show up, and they're just watching this. And Murtaugh, Dan Glover's just like, nah, he killed 2 cops. Let him fight him out. Let him fight it out. It's like, this is legal. Are you going to put this in the police report? And eventually, Mel Gibson. And they're just, oh yeah, that's the other thing. The cop car hits a fire hydrant, chat. There's just water shooting up in the sky. Just, just has Mel Gibson just wet, hot, wrestling each other in the mud, chat. Going, just sharing blow for blow, exchanging blow for blow, chat. Until eventually, Mel Gibson's like, I gotta unleash him. Thick thigh attack, and he wraps his thick ham hocks around Gary Busey's head, chat, and just starts to squeeze. Gary Busey's like, ah! And even Murtaugh's like, kill him, man. Snap his neck. But Riggs is like, no, I don't. He's not worth it. And releases him from the thick thighs of the Gibson, chat. Releases him. And, Gary's like, and they arrest him, chat. But these fucking cops are so goddamn stupid. You don't know what they're doing. Meanwhile, Murtaugh's helping Gibson up, chat. He's like, I got you, buddy. I got you, friend. I got your partner. He called him partner for the first time ever. Chase like, But then all of a sudden, chat, Gary Busey has his renewed crazy Busey strength. And he grabs one of the police officers' guns and he hits them both. He's about to aim and shoot Murtaugh and Riggs. But Murtaugh and Riggs pull out their guns, chat, and bing, bang, boom. They shoot Gary Busey to shit, chat. They put him down into the earth where he shall forever reside, chat. 6 feet under. All right? We're getting too old for this shit, Gary Busey, and he is no more. He's no longer corporeal, chat. Yay! Our heroes are victorious, chat. They've defeated the general, who they promptly say he's roasting his fucking nuts in downtown L.A., roasting chestnuts. And Gary Busey is also dead, chat. He is no longer corporeal. But then, chat, it's a few days later. I guess that, I don't know, I'm going to see what that police report looks like. Mel Gibson, he is at the grave of his wife, chat. The grave of his wife brought her some really cheap-looking flowers, and he says, Merry Christmas, wife. I don't remember the name. And he lays them down, chat. But he finally came to terms with her death, chat. Finally came to terms for her death. He then goes to the Murtaugh residence. Their house is just fucking destroyed, by the way. It's always fucked up every single movie. He goes there, and he knocks on the door, and who's out answering the door, chat? Renee. She's like, hi, Martin. He says, hi. Listen, I just want to stop by. She's like, you want to come in? And he's like, no. I just want to drop off a present for your dad, if you don't mind. She's like, oh, okay, sure. And he's like, here, you can give this to him. And it's the hollow point bullet wrapped in a bow. She's like, this is a bullet. And it's like an inside joke. It's sentimental value. He'll get it when you give it to him. She's like, okay. The thing is, though, chat, fucking Danny Glover can hear Mel Gibson outside. There's a big giant hole in their living room, because a car went through it earlier in the movie. And so he hears this. He rushes out to Mel Gibson. He goes, hey, man, no, where you going? We're going to celebrate Christmas together. Come on inside. But they come to terms, chat. Not only are they partners, chat. Not only are they friends, chat, but they're family. And you have to celebrate with your family, Mel Gibson. And he comes on in, chat, and they have whatever the hell fucking Danny Glover's wife made, chat. Not appetizing, I assure you, chat. But that, my friends, that is Lethal Weapon, chat. The classic Richard Donner directed 1987 action buddy cop feature. Bro, family. Bro, Van Diesel's entered the chat. He's like, family. I hope you enjoy my review of Lethal. I love this movie. It's a great movie, baby. GGG. Great movie. I really love it, chat. This and Lethal Weapon 2 are so goddamn good. For me, chat, personally, H1 Films, applause. Yes. Yes, thank you, guys. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's very kind of you. I would give this, chat, I gotta give it to it. It's a goddamn classic, chat. It's just so good. The chemistry between Mel Gibson and Danny Glover, it's pitch perfect, chat. You buy them as friends, even though, history aside, when we found out later on about Mel Gibson, it's like in the moment, it's a great film, chat. So I would give it, it's a very high full price for me. A very high full price, chat. Encore. No, you're going to get more of that in Batman Beyond, chat. That's what's coming up next. Family and Coronas. It was an all right review. Oh! Oh, well, tough crowd. Oh, chat. But I'm going to go ahead and take a brief break, and then I'll come back and do my review for Batman Beyond, chat, Episode 9, The Winning Edge, chat, featuring the return of Bane. See how Bane's holding up, chat, in just a moment. But until that time, entertain yourselves amongst yourselves, chat. Stick around. Cheers.